Does this sound familiar? It's 2:37 a.m. You're fast asleep until that sharp, stabbing pain shoots through your leg. Again, you sit up, gripping the blanket, waiting for it to stop. You've stretched before bed, you've taken your magnesium, you've even tried drinking more water, but still, the cramps return, night after night. If you're tired of waking up in pain, maybe it's time to try something different, something simpler. What if one small change to your daily fruit bowl could help you sleep through the night? In this video, we'll explore 6 fruits proven to support your muscles as they age. And the third one? Most people never think of it. Let's take a closer look. 1. Banana. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you went a full night without waking up to that stabbing pain in your leg? That sharp, twisting cramp that jolts you from sleep, leaving your muscles tight and trembling. It's not just painful, it's exhausting. And the worst part? You start dreading bedtime, knowing it might strike again. Now here's the thing most people don't realize. Your muscles aren't cramping for no reason. One of the biggest culprits, especially as we age, is potassium loss. And where does your body store potassium? Inside your cells, where it helps your muscles contract and relax smoothly. But if your levels drop, even slightly, your muscles can misfire, cramp up, and refuse to let go. That's where bananas come in. You've probably heard they're good for athletes, but if you're over 60 and dealing with leg cramps, bananas might just be your new best friend. One medium banana gives you about 400 milligrams of potassium, roughly 10% of what your body needs each day. And unlike pills, it delivers that potassium along with natural sugars, fiber, vitamin B6, and a dose of hydration. So here's a question. Have you ever eaten a banana before bed, just to see if it makes a difference? Not once, but every night for a week. That's when people start noticing change. Potassium doesn't work instantly. It builds up, supports your muscles gently over time, like a quiet helper in the background. And when combined with enough water and sodium, it helps your body retain the fluid your muscles need to stay calm through the night. There's another layer to this story, one most seniors overlook. Bananas are rich in vitamin B6, which supports the nervous system and helps your brain send signals to your muscles. That's crucial, especially if your cramps feel like a sudden miscommunication between your body and your brain. Could a simple fruit help that connection work better again? For some, it does. You might be wondering, is it really that easy? Can a banana actually do more than those expensive electrolyte drinks or nightly stretching routines? That's exactly what one viewer asked, an 84-year-old man whose daughter added 1 banana a day to his routine. After 3 weeks, his nightly cramps faded. He didn't change anything else, just the banana. Now that's not to say bananas are a miracle, but for aging muscles low on potassium, for nights disrupted by painful spasms, this one fruit may be the quiet fix you've been hoping for. And here's something to think about. If one fruit can make that kind of difference, what about the others? 2. Orange. You probably think of oranges as the go-to fruit when you're sick with a cold, a boost of vitamin C, right? But there's something else vitamin C does, something that matters a lot more to your legs than you might realize. You see, as your body ages, it starts making less collagen. Collagen isn't just for skin or joints. It's also what keeps your muscles flexible, your tendons elastic, your legs strong. Without enough collagen, muscles feel tight, weak, and more prone to cramping. So here's the question. If collagen is declining, what are you doing to support it? Oranges might be the easiest answer. Packed with vitamin C, they help your body make more collagen naturally. That means muscles that stretch instead of spasm. But that's not all. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant, working to fight off inflammation that builds up in tired muscles, especially after a long walk or restless night. Have you ever felt your legs buzzing or aching at the end of the day? Like they're holding tension you can't shake off? Poor circulation could be part of the reason, and oranges help here too. Vitamin C strengthens blood vessels, improving the flow of oxygen and nutrients to every inch of your muscles. And when your muscles are fed and oxygenated, they're less likely to cramp or fatigue. One woman wrote in the comments that her legs used to cramp during her evening prayers. She's 74, lives alone, and has tried every supplement her doctor suggested. Nothing worked. Then she added a glass of fresh orange juice with breakfast every morning for 3 weeks. The cramps didn't stop overnight, but they became less frequent, less sharp. And one morning, she realized she had slept the entire night without pain. So here's something to consider. If your muscles are crying out, what are they missing? Is it strength, flexibility, blood flow? Or could it be as simple as a lack of the raw material your body needs to heal and repair, like collagen? Oranges won't fix everything, but they offer a powerful foundation: hydration, antioxidants, circulation, tissue repair. And sometimes when your body has what it needs, the pain stops whispering and finally fades. Now, oranges are great. But what if there's a fruit that works even deeper, relaxing your muscles from the inside while supporting digestion and nutrient absorption too? That's where we're headed next. 3. Kiwi. You've probably seen kiwis at the grocery store. Small, fuzzy, easy to overlook. But inside that little green fruit is a combination of nutrients your muscles have been quietly craving, especially if leg cramps have become a part of your nightly routine. Here's a question worth asking. How often do you think about magnesium? Not as a supplement, but as a daily need, like water or protein. Most seniors don't get enough, and that's a problem, because magnesium is what helps your muscles relax. Without it, your muscles clench, hold tension, and seize up at the worst moments. Now imagine something simple, a fruit you could eat after dinner that gently supports your muscles overnight. Kiwi is one of the best natural sources of magnesium, and it's far easier on the stomach than pills. One kiwi delivers about 30 milligrams of magnesium, not enough to fix a deficiency overnight, but enough to support your body daily, naturally. But magnesium isn't all. Kiwis also contain potassium, vitamin C, and fiber, nutrients that work together to calm your nerves, ease inflammation, and support digestion. And that last part matters more than you think, because when digestion slows down, tension builds up. Ever notice how cramps often come on after a heavy dinner? Poor digestion can trigger discomfort, pressure, even bloating that radiates through your legs. One woman, she's 78, shared that she started eating a kiwi every night, not for cramps, but for constipation. What she didn't expect was that within days, her legs stopped twitching in the early morning hours. At first, she didn't make the connection. Then she skipped the kiwi for 2 nights, and the cramps returned. That was all the proof she needed. The vitamin C in kiwi also plays its role quietly, rebuilding collagen, supporting blood vessels, and helping your muscles repair after daily strain. When your body feels sore and heavy by evening, you're not just tired, you may be inflamed. Kiwi helps calm that silent storm. And then there's the texture, the softness, the juiciness, the feeling that you're giving your body something kind. Isn't that what food should feel like? A gift to your muscles, not a burden to digest. So if your nights are still restless, if your legs still ache despite everything you've tried, ask yourself this: are you feeding your muscles what they really need to heal? Or just hoping the pain will go away on its own? Because sometimes one tiny green fruit can begin to shift the balance, quietly, gently, without you even noticing. But what if hydration itself is the missing piece? What if the cramps have less to do with minerals and more to do with water? That's exactly where we're headed next. 4. Watermelon. Sometimes the answer isn't about more magnesium or more potassium. Sometimes it starts with something even more basic. Are you getting enough water? That might sound too simple, but when your muscles cramp, one of the first things they're telling you is, "I'm thirsty." And for seniors, dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst. It shows up as tightness, tension, and yes, those sharp, early morning cramps that ruin your sleep. That's where watermelon steps in. It's more than a summer treat, it's 92% water. But unlike a glass of plain water, watermelon also delivers electrolytes, natural sugars, and something called citrulline. Ever heard of that? Citrulline is an amino acid that helps your blood vessels relax and widen. The result? Better blood flow to tired legs and oxygen-starved muscles. And when your blood moves freely, your muscles don't panic. They breathe, they recover, they rest. Now think about this. When was the last time you went an entire afternoon without drinking water? It happens more often than we notice, especially as we age. The sense of thirst dulls, but the need for hydration never does. Have you ever felt your legs tighten up after a walk on a warm day, or during the night, hours after sweating without realizing it? That tension doesn't just appear, it builds silently, and dehydration is often the hidden cause. One grandfather wrote that he started drinking watermelon juice after his evening walk, not for cramps, just for refreshment. But after a few weeks, he realized something strange. His legs weren't cramping anymore. He didn't connect the dots at first. He hadn't changed his diet, didn't take new vitamins. Just a tall glass of blended watermelon every night. That was it. There's more. Watermelon also contains potassium. Yes, the same mineral found in bananas, but in a lighter, more hydrating package. And the combination of potassium and water makes a powerful pair. Potassium pulls fluid into your cells. Watermelon delivers both, helping your muscles rehydrate from the inside out. But maybe the best part? Watermelon is gentle. No bitter aftertaste, no tablets to swallow, no pills to remember. Just a cold slice on a warm evening, or a sweet glass before bed. And if you've been avoiding water late at night to prevent bathroom trips, this might be the happy middle ground. Enough to soothe your muscles, but not overwhelm your bladder. So ask yourself, could the cramps you're feeling be a signal that your muscles are simply too dry to relax? And if that's true, how much relief are you missing by skipping something as simple as a fruit? We're not done yet. There's one more fruit that's not only delicious, but deeply soothing to sore muscles. It fights inflammation, improves sleep, and might be the missing piece to your nightly routine. Let's talk about cherries. Number 5. Cherry. Pain has a way of staying with you, not just in your legs, but in your sleep, your mornings, your mood. That's why leg cramps aren't just about muscles. They affect how you feel about your day before it even begins. And if you've ever woken up sore and exhausted after a restless night, You know what I mean. Now think about this. What if the pain isn't only from tension, but from inflammation? That invisible heat inside your muscles that lingers long after the cramp is gone. Inflammation builds up as you age, especially if you move less, or if your joints are stiff from arthritis or past injuries. But here's the good news. Certain fruits don't just feed your body, they help cool it down. Cherries, especially tart cherries, are one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories you can eat. They're rich in anthocyanins, those dark red pigments that fight oxidative stress and soothe muscle tissue. That's not just theory. Real studies have shown that tart cherry juice can reduce muscle soreness after exercise, even in older adults. So if your legs feel tight or achy the day after a long walk, or if you wake up stiff without knowing why, cherries might offer more relief than you expect. There's another reason to pay attention to cherries: melatonin. Your body produces less of it as you age, and it's a hormone you can't afford to ignore. Melatonin helps you fall asleep, stay asleep, and most importantly, let your muscles fully recover during rest. That's when real healing happens. Without good sleep, no amount of stretching or potassium will fully work. But what if a fruit could gently help you sleep deeper, longer, and with fewer cramps waking you up at 2 a.m.? One man shared that he started drinking tart cherry juice after dinner, not for cramps, but to help him fall asleep faster. What he didn't expect was that the leg cramps he'd struggled with for over a year started to fade. He didn't believe it at first, but after a few weeks, the difference became too obvious to ignore. And when he ran out of juice one week, the cramps came back. That's when he knew it wasn't a coincidence. Of course, cherries alone aren't a cure, but what they offer is a combination that few other fruits can match: anti-inflammatory power, natural melatonin, and muscle recovery support, all in a few bites or sips. And unlike medications, they don't leave you drowsy, bloated, or numb. They just help your body do what it's trying to do already: heal. So ask yourself this: if your nights are still broken, if your sleep is shallow, and your mornings stiff, could one glass of juice or a small bowl of cherries really change that? And if it could, why not try? Because there's one more fruit that completes the picture, one that supports your digestion, reduces bloating, and quietly brings balance to the muscles you've been trying to protect. Let's take a closer look at papaya. 6. Papaya. Sometimes the pain doesn't begin in your legs. It starts quietly in your stomach. A bit of bloating after dinner. That heavy, slow feeling that creeps into your lower body and never fully leaves. And before you know it, by midnight, the cramps come back. Not because you forgot to stretch, but because your gut isn't at peace. Papaya is one of those fruits people often overlook. It doesn't have the fame of bananas or the color of cherries, but inside it is something rare, an enzyme called papain. Your body uses enzymes like papain to break down proteins, reduce inflammation, and support smooth digestion. And when your digestion works well, your entire body relaxes, including the muscles in your legs. Have you ever noticed your cramps feel worse after a big dinner? Or after a day when your stomach just didn't feel right? That's not coincidence. Digestive pressure can trigger abdominal tension, which radiates down into your legs. It's all connected, which means that when you calm your gut, you often calm your cramps too. Papaya does more than ease digestion. It's rich in vitamin C, potassium, and magnesium, a trio your muscles rely on to function properly. Together, they help regulate contractions, ease inflammation, and support tissue repair. And unlike supplements, papaya delivers those nutrients in a natural form your body knows how to absorb. There's a story from a woman in her early 80s who had struggled for years with irritable bowels and leg cramps. She wasn't trying to solve both problems. She just wanted to feel lighter after meals. So she started adding fresh papaya slices in the afternoon. Within 2 weeks, something unexpected happened. Not only did her digestion improve, but her nighttime cramps became less frequent, less intense. She said it felt like her body finally exhaled. And there's something else papaya offers that's often forgotten: balance. It's low in sugar, high in fiber, and gentle on the stomach. For seniors trying to manage weight, blood sugar, and inflammation, that matters, because the more strain your body carries, the more pressure builds up in your muscles, and the more likely cramps become. So if you've tried bananas, oranges, even cherries, and the cramps still find you at night, ask yourself, have you supported your gut? Have you made room for calm to begin from the inside out? Because sometimes healing doesn't start with force. It starts with flow. And papaya, quiet as it is, may be exactly what your body has been waiting for. Now that you've met all 6 fruits, the question becomes simple. How do they work together? What happens when you stop treating your cramps like a mystery and start feeding your body like it deserves relief? Remember that feeling at the start of this video? The clock glowing in the dark, the jolt of pain, the way your muscles betray you just when you're supposed to rest. You're not alone in that moment, and you never were. But now, you know something different. Those painful cramps aren't just bad luck or part of getting older. They're signals, warnings, and most importantly, they're responsive. You've met 6 fruits today. 6 natural, simple allies that support your muscles, soothe your nerves, hydrate your cells, and calm the tension from the inside out. Bananas for potassium and nerve health, oranges for collagen and circulation, kiwis for magnesium and digestion, watermelon for hydration and blood flow, cherries for inflammation and deeper sleep, papayas for balance, repair, and relief from the gut outward. Maybe you've tried one before. Maybe some are brand new to you. But what if, starting this week, you simply choose one? 1 fruit a day. Not a pill, not a stretch, not a new routine. Just a quiet change in your plate. Something gentle, something real. Because your muscles aren't just tired, they're asking for help. And now, you have options. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. You don't have to commit to all 6 fruits. But what you can do is listen to your body differently. Feed it with intention. Support it with small, steady choices that add up. What would it mean to sleep through the night again without clenching your calf at 2:41 a.m.? What would it mean to walk without flinching, to get out of bed without hesitation, to feel in control again? It might start with a banana or a slice of papaya. You deserve rest. You deserve ease. And most of all, you deserve to know that your body can still change even now. Especially now. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear from you. Which fruit are you most excited to try? Which one has helped you in the past? Leave a comment below and share your story. Because sometimes the answer someone else needs is already sitting in your kitchen.